Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another video of Sword of Convallaria. Today we're going to be taking a look at what has been added for this week's update. Yep, Languister's weekly update is on Thursday, while Sword of Convallaria's weekly update is on Friday. Ironically. So anyways, Glimmering the Mist will be ending by within 5 days from now. So yeah, if you haven't cleared this already, please do so as soon as possible. I don't think I ever done the reminder of this for a while, but here I am just talking about this because just to give you a reminder in case you haven't cleared this already. I mean, for me, I already cleared most of it, mostly assist mode. Free mode, I might not want to do that, but I had to do it in my own time, so yeah. Anyways, let's see, innovation. Okay, this one is still gonna be here for 7 days remaining, or 6 days and 11 by time recording. And also this treasure rush active right now for 1 week, and this one basically adds one additional extra reward chance in the Tarot's residual mode as well as radiant forging mode. So if you need an additional rewards like these, this is the perfect opportunity to get them. This one is gonna be here. It doesn't show the. It doesn't show the time when this is gonna end, but I guess this is permanent mode. But I don't know. Anyways, there's also a new chapter available right now within the Forge Journey. So yeah, I should probably tackle the Forge Journey for the next coming days because I have let that mode for so long, and I think maybe I should do more of it now. Anyways, let's move on to the next part. This one is still going to be here for 13 more days, 11 hours from now. And there's of course this event here. I think at this point everyone should have got their rewards collected by now, but for me I am a bit on a slowdown at the moment. Like I'm currently on the final reward, so yeah, might as well I'll get that soon. Face Favor will be here for 1 more week, so if you really need to catch up on your roster, this is the perfect banner to do so. As for me, I'm going to hold on to my resources. And that's about it from the event. And as for the summoning, summoning, there aren't anything new in the store. I don't see any pop-up there. So let's see, there's a new Destined banner. So let's see what this is. So we got one from, the first one is Hasna, one of the new characters that were debuted for a long time. She's finally made a return as the Destined unit, one of the Destined banner unit that you can get. And the other character is NonoWill. Both of these are Seekers, by the way, but they both have different ways of attacking. Hasna is a magical attacker, while NonoWill is a physical attacker. So let's talk about what Hasna does in her kit. And what's unique about her is that since her character as a whole is blindfolded, so you might be thinking that's an indication that she is immune to blind by like I forgot his name. I think it's Miguel. I think I might not remember the name. Hold on, let me take a look. I'm pretty sure his name is Miguel, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look. Yeah, Miguel. Yep. The reason I can tell by just going through here because I personally do not own that character, and I do know that he is part of that list. So, anyways, there are certain characters that do inflict blind, but Miguel is one of them. And apparently, it's thanks to her blindfold appearance, she's immune to blind, which is pretty nice. I mean, it makes sense because honestly, can you blind a person that's already blind? Yeah, that's not gonna sit well with you. Yeah. Anyways, immune to blind. Aim attack is increased by 15%. She inflicts fragments on all enemies within 5 tiles around her at the end of their turn, which lasts for 2 turns. Enemies with fragrance within 5 tiles around the character have their attack and defense decreased by 15%, and their chance of being critical hit increased by 15%. So you even notice that when the enemy like walks towards Hasna, you notice that they're gonna have like some kind of perfume effect, like gone onto them. That's fragrance, and what this does is that it reduces their stats like attack and defense, and the attack could be both like both physical and magic attack, like either one of those two. And also, the chance of being critical hit is also increased by the same amount, like 15%. So yeah, if the enemy have those, you're gonna have an easier time taking care of them. Or actually, the defense part could also means MDEF too. So yeah, keep that in mind. And let's talk about her attacks here. So we got basic attack. This is Murderous Phantom. Is a basic attack, single target attack. Hasna deals 90% magic damage. If she's adjacent to a target with a fragrance, she'll perform an additional attack, increasing 50% of her M attack as physical damage, which is guaranteed to be critical hit. Sounds pretty broken if you think about it. I mean, being able to attack twice, as long as she is near a target with a fragrance, or I should say adjacent to it. And there's a reaction skill, soft as flowers. When hit by an active attack from an enemy with fragrance, the damage taken is decreased by 30%. Ooh, makes her pretty dangerous if you think about it. And there's also penetrating, is a magical damage. Single target attack, Hasna deals 140% damage. Damage dealt is increased to 170% against enemies with fragrance. Before attacking, her crit and crit damage are increased by additional 15%. Yeah, this skill is powerful, and I gotta say, this one does cost you 4 NRG, but the good news is Hasna do get the energy back quickly, under certain means, of course. And then there's also Aroma Assault. It's a single target attack. Hasna deals 150% damage and inflicts fragrance on all enemies within 2 tiles of the target, and this will last for 2 turns. And by the way, the damage here is dealt as magic. So yeah, she's pretty unique unlike most of the secrets we have. Like most of them do DPS, like physical attacks. But for her, it's magic. And finally, there's the other skill, the passive skill. After attacking, inflicts fragrance on the target for 2 turns. When attacking enemies with fragrance, the character recovers 2 NRG. When defeating the enemy with fragrance, additionally recovers 40% HP for the character. So this passive, even though it's not really meant for useful attacking, this passive is very powerful. Like it's like when you attack enemies, you inflict fragrance on them, and then when you hit those guys with that has fragrance, you'll recover 2 NRG. That's the one. That's the one way you can get NRG back quickly. And the second one is that if you defeat enemies with fragrance, you're gonna get 40% HP back or recovered. So I gotta say, Hasna, even though she is like a debut character in the past, she is still useful in the current day. And this is what she looks like initially, and this is what she looks like in the 5-star form. And good news is, I do happen to own Hasna, so yeah, I will be able to showcase her full kit after showcasing both the characters. And speaking of NonoWill, I also have her, so yeah, this double win for me. Because I do not need a summon here, but those who have missed Hasna the first time, this is a good opportunity to pull for them. I pull for her, I mean. Anyways, Hasna's faction is part of Drifter and Alacrity. pretty solid choices there. And let's talk about the other character, which is NonoWill. I've been using her a lot back in the day, but now I got someone else that does the job now, which is Raria. Well, not the original Raria, the nostalgic Raria, the one that is a seeker, by the way. So, anyways, let's talk about what NonoWill does. in her kit, so this is pretty straightforward because since she is a day 1 character after all. So anyways, Mysterious Siren. NonoWill possesses Jump, and she gains 15% bonus attack. She also gains Veil at the start of the round. Effect cooldown is 1 turn. So let's see what this does. So Veil is like buff decreases AoE damage taken by 99%, and disappears after being attacked by AoE attacks. This effect cannot be dispelled or immunized. Oh my goodness, this buff sounds pretty dirty. Like this is so defensive. Like if your enemy does like AoE damage against you, the other world is just gonna take 1% of that. Like I'm not even kidding. Like oh my god. But however, it will get removed after being hit. So yeah, this is only a one-time use, by the way. But of course, you can get it back after like certain amount of time. Okay, next up, let's talk about her basic skill. One of the basics, a triple slash, is a basic attack, single target attack. NonoWill performs 3 consecutive attacks, each dealing 35% physical damage. So yeah, there's a bit of a balance there, but roughly, if all 3 lands, it's roughly 105% physical damage combined. And there's also Celestial Song. It's a support skill. NonoWill gains the Celestial Song aura. The effect is grants all allies within 5 tiles Regeneration 2 and immune to attribute debuff, and inflicts active skill block on all enemies within 3 tiles. The aura lasts for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled or immunized. So yeah, this aura, even though is doesn't really serve as an attack, but it is pretty powerful. Like blocks their active skills from being used, which is pretty nuts. Regeneration 2 allows them to survive better, and then attribute debuff immunity is also a nice thing to have. And there's also Phantom Dance, which is the support skill, is an instant skill too. So what it means is that after using this, NonoWill can perform an action, can still perform the action after use, which is nice. NonoWill gains move 2 up in this turn. If she is within any enemy's threat range at the end of the turn, returns to the location where she was at the start of the turn. So this skill right here is pretty powerful. Like when you activate this skill, you're gonna be able to move further. Not just that, if you end your turn in danger zone, then we're just gonna jump back, Kaira style from Languister, or say Samurai Trooper collab character. Think of that one, or you could call her Omega or female Omega from Languister. Either one of these two, this skill right here is pretty powerful. Like, what I like to do with this skill combined is that I like to combine this with another skill that does like AOE attack, which we're gonna talk about later. And then if there are enemies surviving, she can just jump back to safety, and it's easy damage. Pretty nuts if you think about it. And there's also Enchanting Shadows. It's an instant skill. NonoWill gains dodge and inflicts vulnerable 3, which lasts for 2 turns on all enemies within 2 tiles around herself. Yeah, this skill is indeed powerful, but it will cost you 1 RG and is a 3-turn cooldown. So think carefully which one you want to use. Of course, if you want to capitalize your AoE, this skill is definitely a must use, or must have, I say. To weaken the enemy as well as giving yourself a dodge chance, which is nice to have. And finally, we got Thousand Blades. This is the one skill I talked about earlier. I like to combine that Phantom Dance with this skill because it does AOE damage, and also on top of that, if any enemy survive or whatever, or if it's in the range of another enemy that has not hit, she's gonna jump back for easy hits. Anyways, NonoWill performs 3 consecutive attacks against all enemies within 2 tiles around herself, each dealing 30% damage. So I gotta say, this character, even though she is day 1 character, she is still useful to the current day. And this is what she looks like initially as a 1-star when you got her, and this is what she looks like as a 5-star. The factions she comes with are Velder, Aggression, and Sword of Convallaria. Funny enough, the name of this faction is based on the game's title. And now let's take a look at an in-depth view of what these are. Like I have these two characters in my collection, so I can show you guys what are their skill set and how you unlock their skills. So we're gonna take a look at Hasna first because she is the one I preview first. And ignore the gear because this is the gear I'm currently running, and many a bit better. Oh, whoops! Many a better set here, but now I roll with that. So this is what it looks like when you're trying to upgrade her classes. So of course I did use some of these right here like Castelia to upgrade to get another route or get another skill on the same ranking level up at least one time I think. Yeah, just one time. So anyways, when you first upgrade her rank to rank 1, you can choose hypnosis, which does like this, like the single target attack dealing for 35% damage and inflicts sleep. Yeah, the sleep debuff is actually pretty nice to have. And if you don't like that one, there's also Battle Fever, which is a passive skill, and this is what it does. I don't want to read the whole thing. You can take a look at that for yourself by of course pausing the video and then take a look at it. And then this is the one that we covered already, and there's also this here. And then soft as flower, we already saw that one. And there's also this here, which is the rage reaction skill, which is more of an offensive route, that is. Assault, and there's also scent tracker, which is the one I don't think I ever covered, but let's see. At the start of the turn, if there are enemies within fragments within 4 tiles of the character, gains crit 2 up, increase the maximum range by 1 tile, and allows moving moving 2 more tiles after landing a critical hit. There's a bit of a grammar weird error right there, but it's fine. As long as I can understand it, it's fine. So like as long as you hit someone like let's hit someone with a crit by scoring a crit, you will move 2 blocks afterwards, which is nice. There's also hypnotic attack. This one is a common skill from like a most units that we have so far. This one does 80% magical damage and grants 30% chance to inflict sleep on the target. Yeah, pretty powerful, but only lasts for 1 turn. But I think sleep will dispel when you hit them. Yeah, it will be removed when taking damage, which is something to note because sleep isn't the same as stun, as you can tell. Because stun, you're basically just gonna have to wait out 1 turn to get that off. But for sleep, if you get hit, you don't really need to wait. And there's also murderous phantom, which is the one that we covered already. And we also covered this as well, like penetrating. We already got that one. The Life Devourer is another skill that she comes with. It's a single target attack, deals 150% damage. After attacking, gains 45% life steal. Yeah, it is powerful indeed, but you also heal back like by just life stealing, which is pretty dirty. Yeah, so this character is a solid addition. So if you have missed her the first time, like I said earlier, summon for her. But if you're saving up for something else, that's fine because we'll be expecting collab at some point in the future because Delicious and Dungeon is in fact on the horizon. But we're not sure when exactly it's gonna come to global because I think Xian or Taiwan servers are gonna get it first. For certain, but I don't know about what's going to happen for global, but we'll have to see. And now for NonoWill. Let's talk about what NonoWill's rank ups skills are. So this is what they look like right here. So when you rank her up to rank 1, you get Infected Daggers. This one is a single target attack, deals 70% damage, and inflicts 3 stacks of infection. Pretty nasty, but powerful. And there's also maneuver for passives. After initiating an active attack, the character can move again. The distance depends on the remaining movement. So as long as you have some movement remaining, you will be able to move those spaces, the remaining spaces that you have not used, which is nice. And Chanting Shadows, this is one I already covered, makes the enemy weaker and also gives yourself dodge. This one is the Phantom Dance. Reaction skills of Defense Magical. When hit by an active magic attack, the damage taken is decreased by 15%. And there's also NRG Recovery. When hit by an active attack, the damage taken is decreased by 8% upon receiving an active attack. Additionally, recovers 1 NRG. Pretty powerful. And any static? I think that's how you call it. Anyways, is a passive skill. After attacking, inflicts 1 stack of infection on the target. When actively using a class skill to attack the target with 5 or more stacks of infection, after attacking, inflicts sleep for 1 turn. Ooh, sleep thing is actually pretty nuts. And aggression is a leader's aura, by the way. For all aggression allies in battle, the increases attack by 10%, defense by 20%, and skill damage by 10%. Powerful aura, if you think about it. Dispelling Strike deals 50% physical damage 2 times and dispels 2 buffs on the target. Oh, stripping buffs with this one, huh? Pretty nice. And you can also go for this route too, which is a triple slash, the basic type that we already covered. And there's also Celestial Song. This one basically helps your team and also hinders your opponent by blocking their active skills. And also, yeah, it's pretty nice. And then the aura lasts for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. Okay, we already saw that. And there's also a Shapeless Lupline Blade. It's a powerful single target attack, which is just straightforward. Deals 150% damage when a target is injured. Increases crit and crit damage by additional 15%, and ignores assisting cover. So yeah, so she is like an assassin like character. So if the enemy has like a protection under like a tank per se, like what I should say a defender, they won't be able to save you. Like they won't be able to do cover for them because this one prevents the assisting cover. So assisting cover is like guard mechanic in Languisher. So like think of like certain characters like the ones that can ignore guard. Yeah, same principle of that within this game. Do I think NonoWill is powerful? Yeah, in certain part of the game, of course. But thankfully, you don't need to do much here because this game is heavily PVE rather than PvP. Languisher is the opposite route of that. Like basically, they cater towards PvP more than PvE. But of course, I'm not saying that they don't care about PvE. They still care about it, but it's just that PvP is more fun in that mode in that game. I mean, while Convallaria took the different approach, which is mostly for casual players. Well, of course, it's not a bad thing per se. It's just that it's different. It's actually like a depending on which field did you belong? Like, do you like to be PvP player or PvE? Either one of those two. This game is gonna suit well for both, like casual, but not much for competitive. But anyways, you get what I mean. Oh, whoops! I didn't have to click there. Okay, a bit of a reminder before I leave off the video. I know I did make this video a bit too long because I had to showcase the whole kit if I have those characters. So anyways, Layla is going to be here for 1 more week. So if you haven't summoned for her yet, well, I myself won't be summoning here. Uh, please do so as soon as possible. Otherwise, save up for whatever banner you're waiting for. And don't forget. And also, if you haven't watched this video for a long time, don't worry. I have a community post scheduled for that day to give you a reminder once more before you forget. So, anyways, let's see what else do we have here. This one is also expiring on that day, so if you need this gear or whatever, please summon. But if not, don't bother. Anyways, that's about it for me. So hope you all find this video helpful or informative, and I'll see you all next time. And I'm out.